Employment in the UK, Activity A, page 2.
Good afternoon, Professor Stewart. Thanks for agreeing to come on the programme.
Not at all.
Perhaps I could begin by asking you what you think has been the biggest change in the UK labour market over the last 50 years or so.
Well, undoubtedly, that would be the transition from an economy based on manufacturing to one based on services. In simple terms, we've gone from providing people with things, like coal and steel, to providing them with services like financial advice, insurance, and so on.
And what does that mean in terms of the kinds of jobs people are doing now?
What it means is that well over half the workforce is now employed in service industries, while only 20% are in manufacturing. It also means jobs are generally less secure with a much more flexible labour market. That is, many more people are on short-term contracts, so people have to be prepared to move around to look for work. There's no such thing as a job for life anymore, and of course, people work longer hours. The longest in Europe, in fact.
And tell me, what are the most important of these service industries?
Well, these things can change quickly, but those related to technology are a major contender. There's the whole area of software and hardware maintenance. For example, help desks and call centres, computer maintenance facilities, and so on. For obvious reasons, there's a huge amount of activity in these areas.
Yes, I can see that.
And the UK is the biggest centre for currency exchange, as well as handling 20% of the world's insurance business.
20%? Well, that's quite something for such a small country. Now, Professor, what about the workforce itself? How has that changed?
Well, a big change is that women make up 66% of the workforce, but you have to remember that many women, 44%, work part-time.
And why is that?
It's a combination of factors, but it's partly because there are now more part-time jobs available, and these tend to suit women better, as they still take most of the responsibility for childcare.
And lastly, what about changes in employment law?
Well, this has to be the anti-discrimination legislation of the mid-70s, the Race Relations Act of 76 and the Sex Discrimination Act of 75. These mean you cannot treat someone differently because of their sex, race or nationality. Without these laws, there would be no equal opportunities.
Could you explain? I think a lot of people are unsure. What exactly does equal opportunities mean in practice?
Well, for example, public authorities, that is, national and local government, the police, fire brigade, professional bodies and so on, must promote race equality. They must make sure people from different ethnic groups have the same opportunities when they apply for a job or ask for a public service.
Well, thank you, Professor Stewart. That was very interesting.